Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be discussing about Infosys SP and DSE role coding questions and tips. So SP stands for Specialist Programmer and DSE stands for Digital Specialist Engineer. SP offers 9.5 lakh package and DSE offers 6.5 lakh package. So first coming to the system requirements that are required for exam are a webcam is mandatory and a system with i3 processor or higher is acceptable, and a stable internet connection with at least of 2 Mbps is needed, and uninterrupted power supply. There shouldn't be any disruption in the power, and at the same time there should be disabled pop-up blocker, and Chrome version should be above 70 or above. And other requirements are you should not sit in public, and you should not communicate with other person during the test, and at the same time you should not use any kind of headphones or earphones during the test. After that, you should sit in the silent background, and there should be a proper light in your room, and at the same time the use of mobile phone and calculators are strictly prohibited. And one more important thing that I want to discuss here is there is a strict plagiarism is maintained. It means if you copy the similar codes where it has the similar syntax with the other one, or similar name variables and similar structure and similar comments, then your code will be terminated and you will be out of the exam. And also history of written codes, whatever the codes that you have written previously shouldn't be matched with any other codes those have written earlier. And at the same time, same patterns, if you and your friend follows the same pattern code, then you will not be permitted for the interview. And also you should not maintain same timestamps. For example, if you write code at 10:40 am and your friend also written the same code at 10:40 am, then you and your friend will not be considered for further process. And online search engines, if you copy paste your code from websites like Geeks for Geeks or any other website, then those codes are already available. It means you haven't written it on your own, then you will not be considered for further rounds. So you should be aware of this plagiarism. And at the same time, coming to the topics, the Infosys test has 3 questions and it should be completed within the 3 hours. So it has sectional cutoff as well as total cutoff. It means you have to write a code which passes minimum test cases in each section, as well as overall you should score a good score. And the programming languages which are allowed for Infosys exam are C, C++, Java, Python and JavaScript. And these 3 coding questions are categorized into 3 topics: easy, medium and hard. In easy one, they will ask about aptitude related coding questions, algorithm related coding questions, and searching, sorting, stack, queue, tree, graph, hash map, linked list and data structures. In medium one, they will ask about greedy algorithms. In the hard section, they will ask about dynamic programming, knapsack problem, Fibonacci series, palindromic subsequence, longest common substring, and Dijkstra algorithm. And at the same time, it is not compulsory that you should and the code should satisfy all the test cases, but the primary criteria is on the first question, on easy one, it should run all the test cases, and in the second question it should satisfy at least of 80% of the test cases. In the harder one, it should satisfy at least of 75% of the test cases. This criteria is because they have to filter out many of the students, and I guess, as per my guess, they will offer only less than 2000 offers for this role. And at the same time, those who are appearing this exam are from 2019 batches onwards, 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, as well as 24 passed out students. So this is all about the information about Infosys test. And coming to the previous year coding questions, the first coding question is displayed as follows. Khalid has an array A of n elements. It is guaranteed that n is even. He wants to choose at most 10 by 2 elements from array A. It is not necessary to choose consecutive elements. Khalid is interested in XOR of all elements he chooses. Here XOR denotes bitwise XOR operation. So he has given the explanation, and the input format is described here, and the constraints are as follows, and the sample input and sample output are this, and explanation for this one. And here you have the code snippet. If you understand, please go through it with it, or else if you have a different approach, then you can follow it. I'll wait for 10 seconds to take a snippet. Okay. And the second question is, you have been given a string s of length n. The given string is binary string which consists of zeros and ones. Ugliness of a string is defined as decimal number that is binary string represents. So here they have given how binary string is represented. 101 is represented as 5 and 01010 is represented as 10. It is a binary notation of string. And they also mentioned there are two types of operation that can be performed on the given string. Swap any two characters by paying a cost of A coins. Flip any character by paying a cost of B coins. Flipping a character means converting 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. Initially you have been given coins equal to the value of defined in cache. Your task is to minimize the ugliness of string by performing the above mentioned operations on it. Since the answer can be very large, return the answer modulo 10 power 9 plus 7. Note: you can perform the operation only if you have enough number of coins to perform it. After every operation, the number of coins get deducted by cost of that operation. So input format is as follows. The first line contains an integer n denoting the number of characters in the string, and the second line contains string s denoting the binary string, and the third line contains an integer cache denoting the total number of coins present initially, and the fourth one is next will contain an integer a denoting the cost of two swap characters. Then the next line contains an integer b denoting the cost to flip a character. So here are the constraints. Here is a sample input one, and here is the sample output, and here is the explanation. Here is the code snippet. Take screenshot. I'll wait for 10 seconds. Okay. And the next question is, you have an interesting string s of length n. It is interesting because you can rearrange the characters of string in any order. You want to cut this string into same contiguous pieces such that after cutting, all the pieces are equal to one another. You can't rearrange the characters in the cut pieces or join the pieces together. You want to make the number of pieces as large as possible. What is the maximum number of pieces that you can get? Note: you can observe that you may not want to cut the string at all. Therefore, the number of pieces is 1. Hence, the answer always exists. Input format: s represents string. The first line contains a string s denoting the string, and length of string is given as 2 into 10 power 5. Sample input 1 is given as 5z, and the sample output is given as 5. and sample input 2 is given as ABA BCC, and sample output is given as 2. So this is how they have given the question, and here is the answer for it. So I'll wait for 10 seconds, take a snippet of it. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And the fourth question is, today you decided to go to the gym. You currently have an energy equal to E units. There are n exercises in the gym. Each of these exercises drains AI amount of the energy from your body. You feel tired if your energy reaches to 0 or below. Calculate the number of exercises you have to perform such that you become tired. Every unique exercise can only be performed at most 2 times as others also have to use the machines. If performing all the exercises does not make you feel tired, return -1. And the input format is given as follows, and the sample input are 6, 2, 1, 2, and the sample output is 4. So here is the following code snippet for the following question. I'll wait for 10 seconds, take a snippet of it. Coming to the next question, fifth one. There is a battle between heroes and villains going on. You have M heroes, all of them have the same health H. There are n villains, health of the ith villain is V of I. When a hero with the health H battles a villain with health Vi, one of the 3 scenarios can happen. If H greater than Vi, the villain is defeated and the health of hero is decreased by Vi. If H less than Vi, the villain wins, his health is not affected and the hero is no longer able to fight. If H equal to Vi, both are considered defeat and neither can fight. The hero starts fighting villain one by one in the same order. If the villain won, then villain 2, and so on. It might be possible that before defeating all the villains, all heroes are defeated. Therefore, ensure victory of the heroes. You want to remove some villains from the front. Your task is to find minimum number of villains you need to remove from the front such that the victory of heroes is guaranteed. Note: if in the last battle both hero and villain are defeated and no more heroes or villains remain, it would still be considered a victory since all villains are defeated. So the input format as follows, and the sample input is 4433133 and the sample output is 0. So here is the code snippet for it. You can take a screenshot. I'll wait for 5 seconds. And coming to the sixth question, you are given an array of size n. You need to change this array into a mountain. By mountain we mean the either ends of array should have equal elements. Then as we move towards the middle from both ends, the next element is just one more than the previous one. So it would have peak in the middle and a decrease if you go towards either end, just like the mountain. Examples of mountain are 1 2 3 2 1 or 6 7 8 8 7 6. But the array 1 2 4 2 1 is not a mountain because from 2 to 4 the difference is 2. The array 1 2 3 1 is also not a mountain because the element 2 and 3 are not equal from both the ends. You can find the minimum number of elements that should be changed to make an array a mountain. You can make the elements negative or 0 as well. Input format is given as follows, and the sample input is 5 1 2 3 4 5 and the sample output is 2. So here is the following code snippet. You can take a screenshot of it and later you can analyze. I'll wait for 4 seconds. And coming to the next question, you need to build a road in a rugged terrain. You know the sea level of each segment of the rugged terrain, that is ith segment is Li meters from the sea level. You need to transform the terrain into a strictly downward sloping terrain of the road. For each ith segment where 2 less than or I less than or equal to n, resultant Li minus 1 greater than Li. To do so, you employ powerful digging team to help you dig and reduce the sea level of the segments on day D. The team can reduce the sea level of each segment that you can schedule that day by 2d minus 1 meters each. You are allowed to assign the team to dig multiple segments and or dig on the same segments for multiple days. Your task is to find minimum number of days needed to transform the terrain as per your requirements. So here is the input format, and here is the sample input 2, 3, 3, and the sample output is 1. So here is the following code snippet. I'll wait for 5 seconds. You can take a screenshot of it. Coming to the next question. Andy wants to go on a vacation to de-stress himself. Therefore, he decides to take a trip to an island. It is given that he has as many consecutive days as possible to take rest, but he can only make one trip to the island. Suppose that the days are numbered from 1 to n, and he has m obligations in his schedule which he has already undertaken and which correspond to some specific days. This means that ith obligation is scheduled for day di. Andy is willing to cancel at most k of his obligations in order to take the more holidays. Your task is to find out maximum days of vacation Andy can take by cancelling most of the k of his obligations. So here is the input format, and the sample input is 10, 5, 2, 6, 9, 3, 2, 7, and the sample output is 5. So here is the following code snippet for the following program. I'll wait for 5 seconds. You can take a screenshot of it. So coming to the next question, one of the first lessons IT students learn is the representation of natural numbers in binary system base 2. The system uses only 2 digits, 0 and 1. Everyday life we use for convenience the decimal system base 10, which uses 10 digits from 0 to 9. In general, we could use any numbering system. Computer scientists often use system based on 8 or 16. The numbering system based on k uses k digits with value from 0 to k minus 1. Suppose a natural number m is given written in decimal system. To convert it to the corresponding writing in the system based on k, we successively divide m by k until we reach a coefficient that is less than k. The representation of m in the system based on k is formed by final coefficient as first digit, followed by remainder of the previous divisions. For example, m equal to 112 and k equal to 8. 112 in base 10 equal to 178. In base 8, this means that number. In decimal system, 172 in octal. 172 in base 8 equal to 122. You made the following observation in applying the above rule of converting natural numbers to another numbering system. In some cases, in the new representation of all digits of the number are same. So here is the sample input 41 and the sample output is 40. So here is the following code snippet for the following program. I'll wait for 5 seconds. You can take a screenshot of it. So coming to the next question, Whale is well known for how much he loves bitwise XOR operation, while Kaito is well known for how much he loves to some numbers. So their friend Leslie decided to make up a problem that would enjoy both of them. Leslie wrote down an array of length n, an integer k, and he defined a new function XORsum as follows: XORsum equal to something function. Can you find integer x in the range 0, k with the maximum XORsum value? Print only the value. Input format is given as the first line contains integer n, denoting the number of elements in A. and the next line contains an integer k denoting the maximum number of value x. So the sample input is 10989898. So the sample output is 989898. So here is the following code snippet for the following program. You can take a snippet of it. I'll wait for 5 seconds. So these are the various programs that which are asked for for Infosys SP exam. So if you feel the video is informative, you can please like, share and subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.